43 in front of them that they can read Ember Grover.
That makes me one of them, and I don't want to become... I'm not going to vote for this. You know what? Because if we're going to spend this district in the hole and have it shut down in Chapter 11 in 6 months, I'm not going to help.
That were put in to pay back the...
It's also that it was 6, and I didn't see any discussion of
Fine, when the $6 million was being sold, when in fact we had to pay back $12 million. There was an immediate cash flow crisis.
The curfew bill, sponsored by International Falls DFLer Irv Anderson, would prevent minors from working later than 11 o'clock on a school night and earlier than 5 a.m. on a school day. Representative Mary Murphy says the idea behind the legislation is to improve education by assuring students the energy they need for school.
Our investment in education for those children is not being used properly because the kids are not coming to school ready to learn because of sleep deficiencies and nutrition deficiencies.
But for restaurants that employ high school-age workers, rescheduling would be a headache.
Yeah, it probably would, because then I wouldn't have to jockey around, who works when as much. Yeah, it would affect it. I'd look more towards college-age kids.
Younger students would likely be passed over by employers who seek workers with more flexible hours.
If something like this were to go through, there's no question that I would probably lean more toward people that are 18 and older, more at the college level rather than the high school level.
As for the students who would be affected, few believe the law is necessary to improve performance in the classroom.
It's really not too bad. I usually get up. I'm used to getting up early in the morning, so it doesn't hurt me at all in school or anything. I can still handle the days pretty well.
In Virginia, Derek Hines, News 6.
We have it done for us. There'll be a new component, and that'll be cargo that's handled in the waterfront.
The L480 business because of cargo preference. I mean, how are we going to get cargo through this?
If we can stay competitive, this is the kind of business that we could then enjoy on a 12-month basis. It would not be dependent on the Great Lakes navigation season and its annual openings and closings. Competition in this business is, in a word, ferocious. And I'm sure now that word is all.
Concern is, should or should not the city council accept?
Take agreement.
We'd like to recommend that you bring that.
Obviously, they take away indicating one of the things that they were.
This was baffling behavior, to say the least. Certainly, it was not the kind of performance the citizens of Duluth have a right to expect from their elected trustees in the business of city government.
It's imperative, we believe, that the city council accept their responsibility as outlined in all these legal documents and fulfill that responsibility by insisting that any action taken on Miller Dwan by the state legislature is first approved here in Duluth, where it really is going to matter. It's a very simple resolution.
And the responsibility to take this resolution and bring it back. Take agreement.
We'd like to recommend.
Well, he had a good business, yeah. 40 years he'd been in it, so it'll be missed. And then you had the coffee shop in there too, you know, a lot of people would stop and have coffee and buy the stuff. So he done pretty good business there.
Our Department of Interior in Washington, the Forest Service, the Park Service, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, are suddenly laying claim to all of northern Minnesota.
Present those numbers to the state, and if we do have, administer them. And so we have elementary schools that we weren't even aware that they. Other areas that were.
I think everybody is hoping on that because of the fact that because of the budget restraints and that's been at the state level, they have taken away money from the districts in order to balance the state budgets. So at some point in time, if the economy does improve, we need to have some of those dollars come back out to the local districts.
Every year, thousands of children are poisoned by common household products.
Totally depends on what it is, but it's a very significant threat with the right chemical or medication.
Experts say any of these household cleaning products, especially bleaches and laundry detergents, can pose a danger to your child if taken internally. But what may surprise you is that vitamins can also pose a threat to your child if taken in large doses. In fact, vitamins and other products containing iron result in more deaths in children than any other ingested poison.
If you have an inquisitive child in the house, and this is usually someone under the age of 5, keep everything out of reach or locked up, and never refer to medication as candy.
If your child has been poisoned, here are some tips on what to do. Remain calm and immediately stop any further contact with the poison. Do not induce vomiting. Call your local poison prevention center and have information regarding the poisonous substance available.
I would hope, I don't really think this will happen, but I would hope that predicting a very definite time and everything else, that finally at 3:05 or something on Easter Sunday afternoon, we can all say, thank God that's done.
Project. In this particular case, you have an existing operation in Ohio, and that is a competing factor that is hard to meet. However, the site here in Hibbing is a good one. The incentive packages are a good one, and we're just hopeful that the decision is weighed and weighs in Hibbing's favor. The decision is weighed and weighs in Hibbing's favor.
Today, the land is damp and empty, but in 6 months it will be transformed into this. Labor Day weekend, the Head of the Lakes Fairgrounds will be the site of the Great Northern Classic Rodeo. The goal is to use the rodeo as the centerpiece for a major festival with dances, concerts, and horse shows.
The effort that the rodeo people are putting into this and the added money into the purse and everything are going to draw, the cowboys and cowgirls from all across the nation.
The rodeo will move from Duluth's Bayfront Park to Superior to accommodate the over 12,000 people expected. That's how many turn out for the Heart of the North Rodeo in Spooner each July. The Spooner crowd spends over $750,000 in 3 frantic rodeo days. Organizers expect Superior will get that big.
What we're looking for is to have one of the best and biggest events in the northern Twin Ports part of the country. And we've added $1,000 for each event for the Cowboys so that any of the local guys and the national guys will come and try and get the money. It's a good-sized purse. So.
The Great Northern has already lined up some sponsors, but they need to raise $20,000. They'll be asking for donations from local businesses and residents.
We need to have people that are enthusiastic about the rodeo, want to see it happen, so that we can grow into a festival.
The rodeo will compete in the smaller of the 2 national rodeo leagues. It's likely to attract plenty of regional rodeo talent. Organizers hope to build to a larger size with larger purses to attract national rodeo talent. In Superior, Dave Jench, News 6.
It's wonderful. I'd recommend anybody if they could do it, take a year off, travel around, see and meet people and other cultures.
Did you get my card? Did you get my last one?
Good to have you back.
It was wonderful. I'd recommend anybody if they could do it, take a year off, travel around, see and meet people and other cultures. Really.
The idea was just for fun and friendship and sharing some of the cultural things that we have within our community. And
And our investigation into it at this point shows that the officers had probable cause to make the stop, and the officer did a field sobriety check and determined at that point that he would allow the driver to continue on and go home.
A brief comment and then answer any questions that you have. And also, Jeff.
Change to the zoning ordinance, please speak now.
Also under the fifth order of business by counselors from First.
Who gave their lives, their families gave up their fathers, their husbands. Michael 41 West 35th Street, downside of Superior, please speak now. Those wishing to speak in opposition to the proposed vacation, please speak now.
Even if it may be a hoax, as some people are now thinking, the fact that all these people acted on good faith, that the blessings did come, regardless of whether it's a hoax or not.
I've got a lot of positive feedback into the Paintball Referee Association.
And of course, we have shower facilities that go in and shower.
There are safety organizations that set up safety diagrams for operators, and we're in the process of getting all this in advance. 7 insurance companies that insure this sport